Ellen, good evening. This is Ma'am Leg. So, ayun, na pag-isip-isip ko lang na total, teacher naman ako, ay bakit hindi ko i-share doon sa mga gustong mag-take ng licensure examinations for teachers yung reviewer na meron ako. So, meron akong reviewer dito. Ano to siya? From MSA Math Tutoring Center. So, nabili ito nung cousin ko nung 1996. So, this is very good na reviewer. So, let me share this to you because I am hoping na sana may makuha or may matutunan kayo dito sa i-share ko sa inyong reviewer na meron ako. So, unahin natin, meron kami sa reviewer ko na ito, merong maraming part ito. So, una, meron siyang professional education. Next, meron siyang psychology and sociology. Meron siyang English. So, syempre sa English, nandun na yung synonyms, antonyms, correct usage, identifying errors, at saka idiomatic expression. So, meron din tong reading comprehension sa Filipino, talahulugan, panitikan, wastong gamit, pag-unawa sa binasa, mathematics, meron din tong measurements and evaluations, basic mathematics, basta madaming subject na napapaloob dito. So, meron din siya sa science, at marami pang iba. So, ayun na nga, mag-start tayo sa professional education. So, ayun, sa pagkakaalam natin lahat, di ba, sa pag-aaral natin, hindi naman lahat talaga ng ni-review natin sa mga review center ay lumalabas talaga sa sa pagbo-board exam natin or sa pag-take natin ng exam para makakuha tayo ng lisensya na para sa mga guro. Ako, gusto ko lang kung i-share sa inyo, lalo na dun sa mga mag-take pa lang ng board exam, na sana makatulong ako because this was the reviewer that I used when the time na nag-board exam ako. Actually, parang 5 na kami ang gumamit ng reviewer na ito, na hindi kami duman sa review center kasi nga mahal mag-review. So, ito nang ginamit namin. Pinagtiyagaan ko lang itong basahin. Pumasa naman din ako. Hindi ako pumunta sa review center para makapag-review, but then nagtiyaga lang ako dito magbasa sa aking libro na ito, sa reviewer ko na ito. So, ayan nga. Let me share to you some of the professional educations na tanong para sa Proof Ed. So, alam naman natin na may Proof Ed, may General Education, tsaka yung mga majors kung sa high school. So, ayan. So, magsi-start tayo sa professional educations. Every day po, magbibigay po ako ng 20 na tanong na meron din siyang sagot syempre. So, everyday po yun mag-upload po ako ng video and hoping na makatulong po talaga sa inyo. So, once again, this is Ma'am Leng. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Kung may iba kayong mga katanungan, don't forget to comment down below. Wag po kayong mag-aalala. Lahat ng nilalaman ng reviewer ko na ito ay i-share ko po sa inyo sa pagnanasa ko lang po or sa kagustuhan ko po na makatulong kahit konti man lang doon sa mga nagbo-board exam o sa mga magte-take ng examinations. So, ayun nga, unahin natin itong professional educations. Syempre, there's a direction syempre dito. Una, select the best answer for each and write the appropriate letter and the blanks. Okay, number 1, from the very basic. Start tayo sa pinaka-basic. Una, ito, number 1 question. Blank is a lesson which makes a repetitions to automatize a certain mental associations or a certain response. So, ulitin ko. Blank is a lesson which makes a repetitions to automate certain mental associations or a certain response. So, ang tinatanong niya dito, syempre ito ay sasabihin nyo kung anong sagot nyo dito. So, letter A, we have 4 options Letter A, application lesson. Letter B, drill lesson. C, supervised study lesson. And letter D, review lesson. So, ang tamang sagot po dito ay letter B. So, this is drill lesson. Drill lesson is a lesson which makes a repetitions to automate a certain mental associations or a certain response. So, yun po yun. Ang sagot po doon ay drill lesson. So, next question. Blank is a term used to designate what modern educators call the new learning which aims to develop a well-rounded personality. I repeat, blank is a term used to designate what modern educators call the new learning which aims to develop a well-rounded personality. Letter A, team teaching. Letter B, problem-solving techniques. Letter C, process approach. And letter D, interrogative techniques. Ulitin ko. Blank is a term used to designate what modern educators call the new learning which aims to develop a well-rounded personality. Letter A, team teaching. Letter B, problem-solving techniques. Letter C, process approach. And letter D, interrogative techniques. The correct answer here is interrogative techniques. Nagkakaintindihan po tayo ha. So, pangatlong tanong po para meron na po kayong maalala. So, pangatlong tanong, blank is an enactment of make-believe episode as much like the real thing possible. Again, blank is an enactment to make-believe episode as much like the real thing possible. A, simulation. Letter B, fishbowl techniques. Letter C, role-playing. Letter D, sociodrama. So, the correct answer ay simulations. Ayan siya. Pang-apat na tanong, blank is a method which tries to enhance children's creativity. Blank is a method which tries to enhance children's creativity. A, project method. B, inductive method. Letter C, problem-solving method. Letter D, deductive method. Okay, the correct answer is project method. Okay, so project method ang tamang sagot kung gusto natin na ma-enhance yung creativity ng mga bata. So, papasok siya doon sa tinatawag na project method. So, now let's proceed to number 5 questions. Refers to the condition of the class and individual activity in which order is objective sought to make learning effective. Ulitin ko, refers to the condition of the class of individual activity in which order is the objective sought to make learning effective. A, discipline. B, physical environment. D, light and ventilations. D, routine activity. Ulitin ko, number 5, refers to the condition of the class and of individual activity in which order is the objective sought to make learning effective. Letter A of letter A, discipline. B, physical environment. C, light and ventilations. D, routine activity. Okay, the correct answer is discipline. Discipline refers to the condition of the class of the individual activity in which order the objective sought to make learning effective. So, ang sagot po doon ay discipline. Okay, so sa pang-anim, number 6. Blank is a lesson which tries to give a new view of perspective to an old lesson. I repeat, ulitin ko. Blank is a lesson which tries to give a new view of perspective to an old lesson. A. Review lesson. Ulitin ko, a review lesson. Letter B, an application lesson. Letter C, an appreciation lesson. And letter D, a drill lesson. Ulitin ko. Blank is a lesson which tries to give new view or perspective to an old lesson. Is a lesson which tries to give a new view or perspective to an old lesson. The correct answer is a review lesson. Ulitin ko, a review lesson is a lesson which tries to give a new view of perspective to an old lesson. Okay, so lagi natin tatandaan na sa simpleng bagay, meron naman tayo, matuto lang tayong makinig, matuto lang tayong magbasa-basa, kahit pa paano may mapupulot tayong magandang balita or may mapupulot tayong kahit pa paano kasagutan na alam natin makakatulong sa pagtitake natin ng board exam or licensure examinations for teacher. So now let's proceed to number 7. Is the process of setting up the same conditions, factors, and properties which may influence the end result of the experiment. Again, blank is the process of setting up the same conditions, factors, or properties which may influence the end result of the experiment. A. Control of variable. Letter B. Predictions. Letter C. Hypothesis. And letter D. Measurements. Okay, the correct answer is control of variable. Control of variable is the process of setting up the same condition, factors, or properties which may influence the end result of experiment. Okay, now let's proceed to number 8. Blank is a step of lesson plan which gives a cue of what the subject matter will be. Again, blank is the step of lesson plan which gives a cue of what the subject matter will be. A. Application. B. Motivation. C. Drill and review. And letter D. Presentation. The correct answer is motivation. Motivation is a step in the lesson plan which gives a cue of what the subject matter will be. So, ayun, alam natin yan. Hindi natin ito makakalimutan. Basta't nag-cue na tayo sa subject matter natin, yun ay motivation. So, let's proceed to number 9. Refers to the style employed by the teacher in carrying on the procedure of act of teaching. Again, blank refers to the style employed by the teacher in carrying on the procedure or act of teaching. Letter A, teaching tactic. Letter B, teaching strategy. Letter C, method of teaching. And number 9, or letter D, technique of teaching. The correct answer is teaching strategy. Teaching strategy refers to the style employed by the teacher in carrying on the procedure or act of teaching. So let's proceed for the number 10. This is blank is the process of related old experience to new lesson. Again, blank is the process of relating old experience to new lesson. A. Assimilation. B. Memorization. C. Apperception. Letter D. Motivation. The correct answer is assimilation. Assimilation is the process of relating old experiences to new lesson. So, assimilation yun. Okay, number 11. So, yun, number 11 tayo. Blank is one of the best ways to make instruction real through gatherings of information in places like swamps, museum, garden, theater, river, or in etc. Okay, A, forum, B, exertion, C, field trip, D, film showing. The correct answer here is field trips. Field trip is one of the best way to make instruction real through gatherings of information in places like swamps, museum, gardens, theater, river, etc. Okay, now let's proceed to number 12. Is the process of stimulating, guiding, directing, encouraging learning activity. Blank is the process of stimulating, guiding, directing, and encouraging learning activity. Letter A, reporting. Letter B, learning. Letter C, lecturing. And letter D, teaching. The correct answer is, okay, very good. That is our profession. It's teaching. Teaching is the process of stimulating, guiding, directing, encouraging learning activity. So, ayan. Number 12 na yon. May 8 pa tayo for the part 1 of our refresher course. Okay, number 13. To give meaning to a lectures on the importance of trees, blank is the best activity for student to participate. I'll repeat. To give meaning to a lecture on the importance of trees, blank is the best activity for the student to participate. A, picture collection of trees. Letter B, observation tour. Letter C, slogan writing. And letter D, tree planting. The correct answer is, okay, tree planting. To give meaning to a lecture on the importance of the tree, the best activity for student to participate is a tree planting. Okay, very good. Let's proceed. Number 14. That which is taught in the classroom is mainly determined in the final analysis by the blank. Again, that which is taught in the classroom is mainly determined in the final analysis by the blank. Number 1, or letter A, courses of study made by the Department of Education. Letter B, pupils themselves. Letter C, school administrators. And letter D, school curriculum. Ulitin ko. What which is taught in the classroom is mainly determined in the final analysis by the blank. The correct answer is the pupils themselves. So, syempre, madidetermine na talaga natin kung meron mang makakadetermine dito kung naituro natin nang maayos ang isang lesson, syempre ang magdedetermine nun ay ang mga estudyante natin. Kasi syempre naiintindihan nila. Okay, now let's proceed. Number 15. There are been greater emphasis upon more intensive teaching of blank since the start of space explorations. Again, there has been greater emphasis upon more intensive teaching of blank since the start of space explorations. A, skills in communications. B, physical fitness. Letter C, international relations. And letter D, foreign language. Uulitin natin. There has been greater emphasis upon more intensive teaching of blank since the start of space exploration. The correct answer is skills in communications. There has been greater emphasis upon more intensive teaching of blank since the start of space explorations? The correct answer is skills in communication. Okay, let's proceed. Number 16. Blank is the most acceptable statement related to the revision of the curriculum. A. It should be uniform and stable from Batanes to Sulu. Letter B. It should have a basic core that is stable but flexible in all other aspects. Letter C. It should be continuously evaluated and revised as the need for revision. And letter D. It should be rarely changed to make more stability of pupils' learning experience. The correct answer here is letter B. It should have a basic core that is stable but flexible in all other aspects. So yun yung mga acceptable statement pagdating sa pagre-revise ng ating curriculum. Okay, number 17. Blank is a technique of self-instruction which should either be in the machine or textbook form. Again, it's a technique or self-instruction which could be either be in machine or textbook form. A. Program instructions. Letter D. Distance learning. Letter C. Unit package kit. And letter D. Distance teaching. Okay? The correct answer here is distance learning. Again, distance learning is the technique of self-instruction which could either be in machine or in a textbook form. So, yun, distance learning po siya. Number 18. Blank should be emphasized in appreciation lesson. Blank should be emphasized in appreciation lesson. A. Facts and information. Letter B. Right habit. Letter C. Presentation. Letter D. Generalization. The correct answer here is facts and information. Facts and information should be emphasized and appreciation lesson. So let's proceed to number 19. Number 19. Blank is the best way for a teacher to do when the class has become restless and less attentive. The best way for a teacher to do when the class has become restless and less attentive. A. Institute some changes. Letter B. Give more incentives such as a high grades. Letter C. Talk nicely with the inattentive ones. And letter D. Stop the lessons and wait till the class become attentive. The correct answer is stop the lesson and wait till the class become attentive. Okay. So number 20. Blank is a step which can be likened to synthesizing. Blank is a step which can be likened to synthesizing. A. Evaluation. Letter B. Application. Letter C. Presentation. And letter D. Generalization. Again, blank is a step which can be likened to synthesizing. A. Evaluation. B. Application. C. Presentation. D. Generalization. The correct answer is, alam to nating lahat, letter D. Generalization. Generalization is a step which can be likened to synthesizing. So, that's all for the part 1 of our refresher course para po sa review natin para po sa mga magti-take ng board exam for teachers. Para po sa mga nangangarap po na maging isang guro at magti-take po ng board exam, wag po nating kakalimutan ang pag-pray. Kasi prayer talaga ay malaki ang may tutulong sa atin, lalo na sa kahit anong examinations or test na meron tayo sa ating buhay. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Once again, this is Ma'am Leng.